Good morning, everyone. It's the Baller Bet podcast. I'm joined with Sosa the Locksmith. What's up, bro?
What's the deal, my boy? How are you?
I'm good, bro. It's My Guy Knows a Guy. Amazing sports weekend just passed. I want to say good morning to everyone. Hope you profited. Hope you enjoyed the games, the entertainment. Another day. Sosa was live at the 76ers game yesterday. Saw that bogey shot. What's going on, Sosa? What's going on after that game one? 2 games, though. It was 2 games in one, 2 halves.
It hurts. It hurts right now, but it is what it is, man. The game is the game. I can't really be upset. We fought. We let them come out and cook, and they took off on us. There's no way around it. They took off on us, and it's an uphill climb from start. I mean, if from a gambling perspective, I mean, I won money, but my team lost, which is always like the hardest part.
That's the shirt. That's the shirt they gave you guys at the stadium.
This is the one from yesterday. Yeah, they gave. I got a bunch of them. They were free.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, it was a crazy game. I know basically anyone that took the Hawks live in that game lost. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, Derek? Good morning, guys. Another side note: Luka went to the crib. If you guys were with us, I believe was that Saturday? Yeah, that was Saturday, the day after Game 6. We said that game was going to go that way yesterday. I ended up taking it live. I took -5.5 and -7.5. It's a veteran roster. It's Kawhi Leonard. Luka Doncic will be in the NBA Finals in the near future. This is a given, depending on a couple of general manager moves that they need to make.
Absolutely.
But it's just not his time now. It's Kawhi's time now. Just want to know. I know a lot of people took L's on that Mavs game. A lot of Mavs tickets, but it's okay. Luka, they're going to retool the Mavs. They will be back. I'm seeing reports already. They might be trying to get Marcus Smart. Maybe some maneuvering for CJ McCollum. How do you feel about the Mavs going forward?
Going forward, you got Luka. It's like that's a great place to start. You got one of the transcendent players in the game. He's amazing. After my takeaway from this is that he's amazing and he needs help. Like the other guys have to be better around him. But I mean, they're in a good place. When you have him, he gives you a chance. They do have to add a dynamic scorer, and they got to get Kristaps Porzingis out of there.
Yeah, we need to send him to Sacramento.
Not a good fit. You're asking a guy who like had an entire offense veered around him in New York to basically just go in the corner and shoot threes. He doesn't get to handle the ball anywhere near as much as he used to. It's just not a good fit for him with Luka Doncic.
Someone just tweeted me saying like Porzingis is the real pandemic P. I was seeing that on Twitter last night. I know you said you might want to see him go to Boston too. The conversation we had, but
I would love to see him in Boston. I would love to see him somewhere where he can play within the confines of an offense, and they give him more opportunities to be a creator. I mean, that might be a tough spot in Boston because Jason Tatum's so ball dominant. But again, they need bigs. That's the one thing they've needed is as a good big that can play in pick and roll, pick and pop. They don't have that.
It's a personnel issue, really. Maybe he just doesn't mesh with Luka. I don't know. They had flashes last year in this last season after in the bubble, particularly. Obviously, they had the flashes, but Porzingis has not since I think it's his third surgery.
He handles the ball. I mean, Luka handles the ball so much, bro, that it's like you have to kind of like treat him like a LeBron. You know what I mean? Like you got to just get guys that
have to fall in line. And I'm seeing reports this morning. Real GM Kristaps is dissatisfied with his role on the Mavericks. His role was just to be a reliable second option. I mean, to me, he didn't perform. Porzingis has a lot of retooling to do, a lot to think about. He's soaking up a check. He signed that, I think it was a $120 million deal for 4 years.
158 M's.
Extremely lucrative deal he signed. He soaked up a check.
Yep.
I think we've seen yesterday was the last game in Dallas Mavericks jersey for Kristaps Porzingis.
He has to get out of there, bro. It just and it's not a knock to him. It's, again, I say it all the time. Players don't just bust on their own. They have to be placed in position to fail. The organization, the Dallas organization, is a good organization. It's just that they hit a home run drafting Luka Doncic, and when you do that, you got to give him the keys to the car, like they have. Right, and they have to let people. He has to know he's the guy. I don't think Porzingis is. I'm looking at the comment. I don't think he's a head case. I think that he's got an ego, He doesn't want to fall. He doesn't want to be the fall in line guy, and he hasn't performed well enough to say he's the second best player on the team. Tim Hardaway Jr. has performed at a much higher level at both ends of the floor. He's been a way better running mate for
and he's been durable.
Facts.
He's been durable. Shout out to everyone in the chat as well. Gonzalo, Derek, Danny, my guy, Familia, Jonathan, Nvidia, Nivea, I'm sorry. He said he should go to the Warriors. Nivea, I'm not sure your gender. I said he. Sorry about that. He should go to the Warriors. Kristaps, that's interesting as well. They could probably uplift his talent. Interesting scenario for Kristaps going forward. Derek Baez said, Sosa said it after Game 6. Mavericks were going to lose Game 7. He did definitely say that. We both did, but I waited to the game started, then I bet I piled on it twice. Shout out to Sosa for the big pick. I need money said the dude is a head case. Kristaps is a very interesting scenario because his talent can still be unlocked because of his age. His skill set is very unique for today's NBA. It didn't mesh well. The experiment failed in Dallas. They did not get past the first round. But shout out to Kawhi Leonard. His back against the wall, Kawhi. I've seen it in person. Sosa's a Sixers fan. I'm a Raptors fan. We remember the past. This guy's a killer, a serial killer. I've seen Kawhi in this situation many times. I bet them yesterday. I bet them on Friday. I know you did as well. As a matter of fact, in that series right here on the show, we called every Clippers victory correctly. We bet on all 4 Clippers victories in that series. The only L that I took, I believe you as well, was the Game 2. Game 2 Dallas. Game 2 Clippers -7 because I didn't think they were going to go down 2-0 in that series.
Right.
But I think we have a good feel for the Clippers right now. Very difficult series coming up against the Jazz. The series price is +110. Just telling Sosa, I'm about to lock in the Clippers +110. I know there's a lot of Jazz believers out there. Jazz roster is built to succeed. Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley, but I'm taking Kawhi +110 in this series. What you think?
I'm going to wait one game before I bet the series. Because I believe Utah is going to come out and win Game 1.
You mean try to get a better price?
Yes, I think that you can get a better price. I mean, +110 is nice. It's beautiful. It's good plus money. But if Utah just win, if they win one game, if they win Game 1, you'll get a better price. It's simple as that. You'll get a better price just simply because it'll be the first road game that the Clippers didn't win.
Exactly, and I believe
it would definitely get you a way better price.
And when it comes to the price as well, you see the same scenario with the Bucks right now. The Bucks lost Game 1. You see the series price bubble up to +180. So if you're a Bucks believer with the James Harden injury, the James Harden news, now is a better time to strike before tonight's games. And thanks for that insight as well. Derek says the Jazz look dangerous. The Jazz look dangerous. The Jazz and the Suns made us and the Knicks made us a lot of money this season. I'm happy with the Jazz going into this series, how they project, but I think Kawhi is going to somehow get it done in a long series. I don't know. I'm just riding with Kawhi. And if you guys don't know, I have a bias with my futures tickets. So
I'm the same with that.
My thing's about to die, so just give me a second. Changing locations.
Right, no worries. When it comes to Kawhi, though, when it comes to the Jazz, it's not that I don't like them. I think they're more of a system team. I think that the Clippers have better athletic wings to defend the three-point line. Now, if they're shooting the 3 the way Dallas did in the last series, then you got an issue. But the thing about Utah is that Utah does not play great defense. They play great situational defense, and they play good defense at the rim. But if you look at the way they played against Morant got anything he wanted. Dillon Brooks got any look he wanted. They just didn't fall, right? You playing against Kawhi, those are going to fall. And then on the defensive end, they're going to give Donovan Mitchell hell with PG and Kawhi. I don't see Bojan Bogdanovic going off crazy against them. I don't see Joe Ingles. I mean, Joe Ingles does own PG. He has a sample against PG. There's no debating that.
Joe Ingles, Australia.
Joe Ingles has owned PG in the past, so that's one like X Factor matchup that you have to look.
That's embarrassing, man. Joe Ingles, I'm a Joe Ingles supporter, but just the fact that you said that the disparity in their pay, their salary, is just unacceptable, right?
But Joe Ingles does have a history against PG. But again, it's just the athletic wings, and the Jazz are kind of one of those teams like until they do it, you're not going to believe it. They just got to shock everybody because until you knock off Kawhi, no. You got it.
Last series against the Grizzlies, the Jazz beat them in 5 games. I don't think the Jazz have knocked off an opponent in 5 games in the playoff series since John Stockton and Karl Malone.
That's a fact.
So the Jazz are slowly writing new history for their franchise, slowly. But obviously, until they knock off a huge opponent, until they make a run and actually get a finals berth, the Jazz have everything to prove, but the Clippers do too. But that's tomorrow. We have 2 games tonight. You see something in the chat? Yeah, he said he has a mixtape.
He does, though. Listen, that's not a lie. Like Joe Ingles goes crazy against PG. That is documented. You got lots of receipts on YouTube.
Sosa's got the fire takes, guys. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter. If you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, do us a favor and subscribe to this channel, the Frenzy Sports channel at the bottom. Hit the like button. Sosa's about to pop off his YouTube as well. We have a lot of stuff planned for you guys. We're making quality predictions all summer, all year, 365. And yeah, it is what it is. We throw a lot of stuff out there, but we really
NHL draft, we got those too.
We appreciate just one person watching, for real. And we appreciate everyone that's here right now. We just want to say that before we get into these games tonight. We have a game 1, Suns, Nuggets. We have a game 2, Bucks, Nets. We have a sample size in that game already. Let's start off with the Bucks Nets series. Good morning, Akbar. We're going to go off on the Nets Bucks series right now. We saw the Bucks, not necessarily a choke job, but we saw them put forth their routine slow game 1. They have a history of this over the last 3 seasons of having a slow start efficiency-wise on the offensive end in game 1s. Profitable spots for the Bucks in game 2 offensively, but they're playing a behemoth, even though they're without James Harden. We respect the Nets. If you guys see, the Nets have covered 8 of their last 9 point spreads, okay? But we have some interesting takes in this game. Sosa, open the floor. Let's go ahead and ride. Let's check out the spread, the total, everything. How you feel about the Nets-Bucks game?
First off, just real quick about game 1. They shot 6 of 30 from 3. Joe Harris and Blake Griffin combined for 37 points and 9 3-pointers made. When that happens, you're not beating the Nets. Even if James Harden's not playing. You can't shoot 20% from 3. That's not going to happen. Obviously, they did the exact same thing the last round. They just happened to be playing Miami, and Brooklyn was able to take advantage.
Yeah.
Also, Budenholzer made 2 mistakes. He kept playing Giannis in the pick and roll as the ball handler, which is what they stopped doing. They didn't do that at all against Miami, but for some reason they started doing it the other night. And Jrue Holiday just didn't play well. You can't combine if you're starting backcourt of Middleton and Jrue combined
doesn't even get you 25 points or whatever it was, 30 points.
They combined for 30, and Blake Griffin and Joe Harris combined for 37. You're never beating the Nets. That happens. It's not going to happen.
Chris Middleton, I was surprised with the defensive intensity that the Nets placed on the three-point line. It's almost like that they were giving the lane, they were giving the drive on Giannis and some of the other role players. They were specifically trying to stop Chris Middleton from getting off in that game.
Could have got layups. They settled for terrible contested threes and mid-range shots.
And then we also don't know what Blake Griffin ate for breakfast that day. What did Blake Griffin eat that day? Crazy.
Like I said, 37 from those 2 guys isn't going to cut it. And then your bench can't get outscored 24-9. That can't happen, right?
I Need Money said Chris Middleton's rebounding props have been hitting. Yeah, his non-offensive stats. Yeah, he had a double-double. He had 13 rebounds?
Yep.
Yeah, he was crashing the glass. This is the type of matchup where players that have the size, he's not the biggest player, but he has the ability to crash the glass almost like a PG. You saw Game 6 and Game 7 against the Clippers. PG was cleaning up on the glass. Sometimes when your offensive game is not rolling, you can get other parts of your game to activate. But Chris Middleton's a player that I expect to bounce back today. And the Bucks overall on the offensive end. Do you have some picks for this one? We can just go express. I have one that I want to throw out right away.
Yeah, I got it. I got my notes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks team total over tonight. Okay. I'm riding with the Bucks as well. I'm aligned with you on that, but I believe the Bucks team total is going over tonight. It was 116.5 earlier. Let's see if it's shaded. And yeah, what else you got, Sosa?
First off, I'm on the Bucks heavy tonight. money line +1, whatever, however you want to slice the cake, right? I like their first half team total. Go ahead, lock it in
58. It's what? I'm just checking it out now.
Guessing
First
it's
half,
probably-
58 and a half. 58 and a half first half team total over.
Book that. First half team total, book that. No, like they hit it last game. They're gonna hit it this game. They hit it last game and shot terribly. They'll hit it this game. Come on. Last game was 54 and a half. Yeah.
No way they shoot 20% from three again. The Nets don't.
That's right.
Yeah, there's just no way. And the Nets don't even have the personnel to replicate that defensive performance. If the Nets win tonight, they're going to have to score 140, I'm telling you. Like, they're going to have to score 140 to win tonight. The Nets, with the pressure that the Bucks are coming with.
You're never going to have a shot of beating the Brooklyn Nets if you're shooting 6 for 30 from three. So, like, everybody that was post-game tweeting, it's over, like, okay. No, they literally. There's no way they can shoot 6 for 30 from three again. No way. If they shoot
not with that personnel, right?
I'll eat a hat on live. Like I'll literally eat a Yankees fitted hat. But there's no way. It's impossible. Impossible. 6 for 30, 20%. Come on.
I have a prop as well in this game. I know you have a couple of props. There's one I'm locking in on. I'm keying in on it. I like it. Kevin Durant over 2.5 threes. It's juiced. It's -150. If you want to combine it with something, I played it by itself. I think that's going to hit with ease. By the fourth quarter, Kevin Durant will have 3 threes. Last game, his points total is also shaded to 31.5, 32.5 in places. Obviously, that's to adjust for the lack of presence from James Harden. James Harden is obviously he's ruled out, right?
Yeah, he's definitely not playing.
Yeah, he's ruled out. He might even miss the series. But we're seeing a lot of the offensive props for KD, Juice. Any other props you have in this game? I like KD's points, but I'm a bit more wary on the 31.5.
I'm going to the well right now.
Yeah.
Bryn Forbes, 10+ points. Lock that in. Check that off.
I'm writing that down right now.
Bryn Forbes. 10 points.
Bounce back.
Easily.
Bounce back. Young guy with an ego. Young guy with an ego that wants to throw it up after a bad game.
Facts. If you want to go with his regular point prop, his regular point props over 10.5. Book that. Bobby Portis over 8.5. The Milwaukee Bucks bench tonight is going to perform well. They're going to perform well tonight. They got chewed out after last game. You don't when you're seeing Nick Claxton and those guys go off and get buckets
and Bruce Brown and Mike James. Mike James is a pro, but holy, Mike James is out there looking like he was looking like Van Vliet. Mike James was looking like Van Vliet the other night. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, they got cooked over it. Joe Harris, I like Joe Harris. See, this is the thing too, is that this is something that people forget. Brooklyn or the Milwaukee Bucks game plan to have James Harden in the lineup. Now I know people are going to say because he's not playing, it should have been easier for them to win. But when you practice for they run a completely different offense when James Harden plays. It's completely different because the Kyrie Irving and KD are nowhere near the creators of shots for other people that James Harden is. So Milwaukee's defensive emphasis completely changed. Like it's a completely different offense. And then also this is something else that was very weird. When Brooklyn goes to their second unit, James Harden's the point guard. Kyrie's off the floor. So it's literally just him running the show. Instead, Milwaukee had to game plan for a completely different offense. People, because that's the initial thought is to think, oh, James Harden's not playing, this should be easier. No, they're used to playing without him, and two, they game plan for a week for him. You know what I mean?
And I want to back you up on that as well, just from the live betting sense as well. You know what I did? I tweeted out. I bet the Bucks live as soon as James Harden went down. I'm sure as the rest of the general public did as well. But I want to tell you, I immediately felt like I did what the sports books wanted me to do, if that makes sense. The Bucks definitely game plan for James Harden to be out there, and as soon as I bet the Bucks live, I regretted it, even before the Nets took the lead, because I just feel like I did what they wanted me to do. And I usually don't align my bets like that, But it was a no-brainer. James Harden goes down, you bet the Bucks live. But like we said, the role players of the Nets were on crack that day. What were they on? Bruh. Bruce Brown's getting shut down tonight. Mike James is getting shut down tonight.
Yeah, those guys, nah. Bobby Portis might straight arm somebody before he lets that happen tonight.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I'm not going to say Blake Griffin's getting shut down tonight because he has found a niche, an effort niche. I'm actually happy to see Blake Griffin playing basketball, just like he's not in Detroit, he's not in Detroit.
I'm happy for him too. I mean, it's just.
But
you never want.
That performance can't be replicated. Luka Bacci said the Nets have to adjust too. Danny, my guy, said the dude was wide open. It's true. No respect for Blake Griffin. Mike Budenholzer probably regrets the lack of defensive intensity on Blake Griffin on the three-point line, but he didn't really – I don't think that Blake Griffin – it was random 50-50 balls. It was effort. A lot of it besides the shooting was effort plays, diving for loose balls, stuff that in playoff basketball you can't quantify. You can't quantify.
The dirty work.
Yeah, Bobby Portis needs to run at him tonight. Bobby Portis needs to run at Blake Griffin tonight.
Also, just a little side note. The referees did everything in the third quarter to make sure that Kevin Durant did not pick up his fifth foul. Because he committed 3 fouls in the third quarter, and they only called one of them. The refs made sure, and also that's something that could have changed the game.
I don't even remember that. That's crazy.
Listen, I'll tell you the sequence right now. They called a foul on the Lopez on Brook Lopez. They then reviewed it and they called the foul back and said he didn't foul him. They got a jump ball, right? Then on the last possession of the third quarter, they had a full court pass to Brook Lopez in which Kevin Durant clearly is moving and runs into him. Brook Lopez makes the shot. They call no foul. That would have been 5 fouls on KD, and KD would not have came back in the game until way later than he did. He came back into the game with 9 minutes left. If he picks up his 5th foul in the third quarter, you're going to get at least 3.5 more minutes with him on the bench.
That sequence killed my prop on the total. He landed right on 29. I had 29.5. Needed one more basket, but that's how it goes. Kevin Durant, his stuff is shaded today. I'm aligned with you on the Bucks. I'm going to bet the Bucks as well. I'm going to bet the team total over 116.5 for the Bucks, right. And I'm going to bet Kevin Durant over 2.5 threes. Those are my 3 bets for this game.
I like Kyrie to get me 30. I think that he understands the moment. You saw it the other night. He also didn't shoot the ball well. He shot 11 for 26 from the floor. I expect Kyrie to have a great game. I like Kyrie's points. I like Kyrie's assist tonight as well. It's a fast-paced game. He's going to play the point guard. He's going to put an onus on playmaking. So I like Kyrie points and assists. I think over 4.5 assists. The number might have been moved up because of his last game was 3.5. He hit that with ease. Kyrie. Tonight he's at over 6.5. Wow. But I would still take that actually.
Yeah, it's going to come down to minutes. Shout out to everyone that's watching as well. If you guys can, once again, hit the sub button, hit like, follow Sosa the Locksmith on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me, my guy knows a guy. I'm over here on Twitter. I have a list for beat reporters. If you guys want to subscribe, it's right in my page. Hit the 3 dots on the top right of my profile and follow the beat reporters list for the NBA. Got all 30 NBA beat reporters in one list. If you guys want some information on some of the guys, the experts that are writing about these teams, 365 compiled a nice list. Yeah, Sosa has some great plays. I believe I have some great plays in this game. The Nets are a scary team. They've covered 8 of the last 9 point spreads, but I believe this is a Buck spot. I'm aligned with Sosa on the spread. I'll take a further look at the Kyrie props. That was the first time we got to speak about that, but I can definitely see your angle on that. I've got KD over 2.5 threes and the Bucks team total 116, and you have first half team total Bucks 58.5.
Kyrie over 29.5. Kyrie over 6.5 assists. And then Bryn Forbes over 10.
Yeah, that's the one I forgot. Bryn Forbes.
Over 10.
I think I'll play that as well. He might be due right today.
I believe so. And we know if one guy's going to get shots off that bench, it's him. It's him and Portis. You know, but him for sure, he's definitely going to put him up. I also think that Budenholzer is an idiot and should not have started PJ Tucker. He should have brought him in and put him on KD in different in spurts in different situations.
Budenholzer's out of here. He's been messing up rotation since the 60-win Hawks team in 2015. This is what he does. I think Budenholzer. It's sad to say because Steve Nash is a rookie head coach. But Steve Nash, I don't want to say edge, but it's even. It's damn near, in my eyes, the coaching matchup is damn near even in this series. Big diss to Budenholzer. Let's move on to the next one, Sosa. Game 1 tonight. The Suns money train versus the Nuggets, the Golden Nuggets that have continually proven everyone wrong with a bunch of players that, almost every other team in the league doesn't even believe in. Since Jamal Murray went down, we have Nuggets, Suns, Game 1. About to get the updated line right now. What are some opening thoughts? We know the Suns have done us right, damn near all season.
Personally, tonight I like the Suns. Obviously, they're at the crib. I think that all that Glenn Rivers son, Facundo Campazzo, I think all that shit's a wrap. It's over.
Glenn Rivers son.
Chalk it. Now it looked like that stuff looked good. It looked good, but it's over for all that, as far as I'm concerned.
And you just hit it right on the head. You went straight to the point of attack, the point of emphasis for the Suns.
Right.
Facundo Campazzo and Austin Rivers. We have Chris Paul. We have Devin Booker. Sometimes things aren't that simple, but I want to tell you guys that I played the Suns series price -200 just to back up my Suns title future. I played the Suns -200 in the series, and I also think the Suns cover tonight. I've got Suns in 5, maybe even 4. It's very disrespectful to the Nuggets, but I don't see the Nuggets run is up. It's over. Every matchup but the Jokic matchup is heavily tilted towards the Suns. They have better defenders. They have better wing players. They have a better defense.
They defended 3 better.
To give the Nuggets credit, they did only lose 4 games less than the Suns in the regular season. The Nuggets had a very respectable campaign, and they will be a threat if Jamal Murray comes back even 90% of the player that he was next year with the evolution of Michael Porter Jr. I respect Michael Porter Jr., but I think Mikal Bridges will end up edging that matchup. Maybe not offensively, but he has what it takes to slow him down. Michael Porter Jr. hitting 6-7 threes, like how he did against the historically bad Blazers matchup, you throw that out the window. Chris Paul does not need to score 15 a game in this series for them to win. I've got the Suns in 5. I want to say 4. I was telling Sosa it's disrespectful, but I want to take the Suns. It's like plus 850 for the sweep.
I don't really think it's that disrespectful, man. Like, matchups make fights.
Make fights.
This is a Mayweather Logan Paul type bout, if you ask me. And that's no disrespect to Jokic, but sometimes you come up against an opponent that just got too much for you, and they got a horse that can match that can give Jokic enough problems in Ayton. And when you look at the wings, they have about 5 or 6 wing players better than Campazzo, and they literally have like 6 wing guys that are all better than those guys, and they're going to bring it on the defensive end. The versatile wings for the Suns are just too much for this team because Jamal Murray's not. You don't have that dog, that killer. You didn't need that against Portland. I
want to make 2 counter arguments just because people know that I'm a contrarian at heart. I am a contrarian bettor when it comes to sports betting. It's not very often that I'm aligned on the side where most of the money is. The public is riding with the Suns tonight heavily, as they should be.
They should be.
And another point I want to make is the Nuggets are only 4.5. Oh, actually, it's 5 now. 5-point underdogs. That's in line with how much of an underdog they were against the Blazers in the road games against the Blazers. I think this price is wrong. I'm just going to say that it's wrong. The Blazers are at home giving up 5 or 4.5 to the Nuggets, and now we have the powerful Suns at the crib giving 5 against the Nuggets. That either means that it's a trap, and the Suns are going to lay an egg in game 1, but I think it's just much more likely that the price is wrong and that they're factoring in the fact that Jokic is the MVP, and the Nuggets won the season series against the Suns 2 games to 1, but all 3 games came within a 20-day span in January, and Jamal Murray played in all 3 games.
I believe he averaged 25 a game in those 3 games.
One of them, he pulled my heart out. I had the Suns to win the game, and he hit a crazy shot in the corner when Jay Crowder did not foul him, when they had a foul to give, and he sent the game to overtime. I specifically remember that game. I lost money that night.
You don't forget those moments.
Don't forget those moments. Jamal Murray, he's my friend, but he pulled my heart out that day. But he played in all 3 games. The Nuggets won the season series. So if you're capping this series based on that, you have to throw it out the window because Jamal Murray isn't there. The dynamic player that they would need to compete in a series like this and possibly even win. I'm just going to call it what it is. Playoff Murray was on another level. What other thoughts you have on this game, Sosa? Because I'm going off on the Suns.
For me, like I said, I like. Let me pull it up. For this game, I like Jay Crowder to hit 2 threes. I like
Good stuff.
I like Mikal Bridges to hit 2 threes. I like Ayton to get me. I like Ayton's rebounds. I think we talked about that earlier. I like Ayton.
Yeah, I like Ayton's rebounds. Key fact about him, I believe he's gone over his rebound total in 90% of the games he's played against Jokic. If you can get the number at 10.5 or something like that, I'll check what the number is, but make sure it's not shaded like something 12.5, 11.5. If you can get a respectable number, Ayton should get 11.5 is decent. I think anything above that is the books playing, understanding that the sample size of Ayton against Jokic. Yeah, what else you got, bro?
I got for I honestly believe that one of these guards are going to have to get you at least 10 points. One of them, Campazzo or Rivers, one of them's going to score 10.
You're saying they just have to by physical nature,
just by minutes that they're going to get. One of them is going to score 10 points.
Remember, I dissed them yesterday. I think we were talking about that yesterday. I said, man, both of them will go under.
I mean,
Campazzo and Rivers will both go under their point totals, but if they're going to get off, it'll be in a game 1. It'll be in a game 1.
The reason why I'm saying this is because when they play each other, they play a much more wide open game. This isn't going to be like this. This isn't going to be like the series with the Lakers, right? Like there's going to be a lot more offense, just simply because Denver's better offensively. They're just better offensively, with or without Murray. They're a better offensive team than the Lakers. The Lakers just are LeBron and AD and slow down the pace and grind it out. They were doing that down the stretch. Well, for the last 2 years, pretty much. But
yeah,
when these two teams match up, you're gonna get more shots put up, more offense. The over is I was looking at, but I haven't really made a decision yet. 221 seems like a rather low number to me. But you get them come out in the first quarter, and one of these teams shoot terribly from the floor, and you end up getting a super, super slow first quarter.
I think if the Nuggets compete, the game goes over. That's my theory. If the Nuggets compete in this game, the game goes over. But if they run into a defensive buzzsaw in the Suns, this game will go way under.
I like this.
They will get splattered, and it'll go way under. It just depends on how they come out at the beginning.
I like the Suns to win tonight. I definitely like the Suns. I also like the Suns to cover.
Okay.
I honestly believe that it's just bad matchups across the board, and this ain't C.J. McCollum that's guarding you when you come out of a pick and roll.
I do want to say of the 48, we were talking about this stat earlier, of the 48 guards that have played minutes in the playoffs this season, Austin Rivers ranks 40th out of those 48 players in defensive efficiency. Campazzo is much better than him defensively, as a matter of fact, so far, which is crazy.
Shocking because he can't
But
guard anyone.
there is context to that. They played against the Blazers who have a three-headed monster at the guard position. So Austin Rivers was, he was just like this. He was like this, but he got it done on the offensive end. But Devin Booker, that has to be the point of emphasis. I'm not going to say he's going to drop, 47, 48, like how he did in the closeout game.
He could well see a Devin Booker type series like what you just saw from Dame, because them dudes can't guard him.
Yeah, they can't have much Austin Rivers defending on. We can't see much of that from the Denver side.
The only defensive wing they have is Gordon. We've seen that. I mean, obviously Barton's hurt. Will Barton's hurt. Obviously they had him. He would
and
help.
Dozier as well, their other good wing defender. And Morris is a bit undersized to run around with Booker, I think. I don't know.
Not even that. But again, all those guards that they have currently available, they're all terrible matchups. That's barbecue chicken for
Monte Morris did average 16 a game against the Blazers. Maybe he'll continue what he's doing, but I just don't. Suns in 5, man. Suns in 5. Let's get out. Let's get out of here, bro. Let's recap our picks and get out of here. If you guys are interested in this dashboard right here, this is SportX.Bet, the #1 sports book in crypto. If you're outside the U.S., sign up for an account. Send me a DM. Let's get the conversation started. It's an amazing platform. You can definitely stack some extra crypto on the side as well in the form of the SX token. I just want to make everyone aware of this amazing platform, and it's really beneficial to sports bettors in the long run. Fun fact, because a lot of people like to talk smack when it comes to sports betting, if you want to be the bookie for a day, you can go on SportX.Bet and you can make a line. You can be the bookie, and other bettors on the platform can take your spreads and take your action anonymously. It's really, really cool thing to do. You can put your money where your mouth is. You can be the bookie. You can set the lines. It's peer-to-peer. It goes both ways. Very interesting project, and in my opinion, it's the future. With that said, let's recap our picks and get out of here. It's the Baller Bet Podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Follow Sosa. Follow my guy, Sosa the Locksmith. Follow my guy knows a guy. Follow us on Twitter. And let's recap our picks and get out of here. No packs, picks. No packs. Let's go.
For the Brooklyn Nets game, first half team total over 58.5 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Brendan Forbes to get you 10 points. Brendan Forbes 10 points. Kyrie to get you 30.
Pop off night. Pop off.
Yeah, those are my definites that I love more than anything. Those are the 4 that I like more than anything.
Okay, I'm going with. Did you say the Bucks spread?
Yeah, I got the Bucks winning. Obviously, I have the Bucks winning the game. Obviously, minus 1.5, whatever it is, plus 1.5, whatever it is. Yeah, I have the Bucks winning tonight because I believe their bench plays well. I have the Bucks winning for sure tonight.
Okay, I'm with you on the Bucks. I'm betting with you on the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks. I'm taking what's that right now? Plus 1.5. I'm taking the team total over.
Plus 1 right now. Down to plus 1.
Down to plus 1. Okay, I'm taking the Bucks in this game tonight. Plus 1. I wish I had the better line. It was plus 2 last night, right?
Yep.
Maybe I'm just gonna take a look at that as well. Let's check out the movement. I'm gonna take the Bucks team total over 116.5 tonight. I'm taking Kevin Durant over 2.5 threes, and I'm taking the Suns to cover. It's just that's what I'm doing.
Suns to cover. DeAndre Ayton's rebounds.
I like Ayton's rebounds, and I like Ayton's PRA as well. I'm going to do a bit more digging on that. It seems on the PRA, the rebounds seem evident. But, that's what we have. Sosa the Locksmith, thank you for joining me this morning, bro. That's my partner right here. Make sure you guys go follow Sosa, Twitter, IG, all of that. Quality Analysis 365.
Let's link up. Let's get on there.
Yeah, hit me up DM us on Twitter at any moment you want. Leave a comment below. Danny, my guy, shout out to you. Nivea, I Need Money. Luca Bacci, the real mob name. Mafia. Luca Bacci. Sounds like an Italian board game. No, actually, Bocce is a board game. I'm tripping, right? Bocce is a board game. I'm tweaking. I Need Money. What's up, everyone that's watching? Big Truck. Good morning, Akbar, Derek Baez. yeah, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Hopefully we can make some more money tonight. Baseball's super light as well. I'll probably tweet out some baseball if I'm on it. But, yeah, tomorrow's probably better for the baseballs. Cardinals stunk it up over the weekend. Make sure you guys enjoy your day. Lock in some bread. I don't foresee an upset.
Make some
It's
money.
juice. Suns minus 200 series price. Suns minus 200 series price.
Milwaukee in the 6.
Locking about, get you. Wake up to some money next week. Enjoy the day. It's the SportX.Bet podcast. Subscribe to the channel. All that. I'm just rambling now. Just in a good mood. It's Monday. The weather's good. About to go for a walk and get some lunch.
Beautiful day, by 90 degrees. About to take my dog out.
Yep. Peace out, y'all.
All right, my boy.